Fully set here behind the net, trying to find some motion, get something going. 45 seconds gone, no score. Out top here, it came on for Shield. Shield then works it out here to the left side, working in with Campbell, who tries to attack. Campbell shot that one, or pass, I'd say that one goes wide in behind, and will be controlled there by Gilhooly. Then it went past Gilhooly, and we'll have Aquinas take over for the first time in this game. First minute gone in this one. Aquinas looking to roll up here. Played ahead to Rogers on the right side. Rogers feeds out top here for West. Nash West, the sophomore midfielder, holding as Aquinas making some changes behind him. Back on here for Cam Rogers, the team's leading scorer. Rogers back out for West. West, as the Saints continue to make some changes, trying to get a unit set. He'll look to attack inside now, and he'll curl off behind the net here. Has some space in behind. West fakes, looks to hesitate and try to cut back to the front of the net. Faked a pass once and now whips out here to the left side where it's controlled by Heischetter, and around now to the right side once again for Cam Rogers. Rogers, the senior, 19 goals scored on the year, also has 21 helpers. Works inside there, had West in front of him, trying to tie it inside there as he was locked up defensively by O'Loughlin. Fight inside, shot blocked away. They'll fight here in the net mouth. And it looks like we're going to have a goal credited. Klinsky was fighting inside there. Looks like he may have been the one to get the stick on and get it in. Tyler Hart, the netminder for Lourdes, arguing his case, but the Saints are on the board, and it's 1-0 early. .12:55 to go in the first period, and the Saints have broken the early tie with a scrum at the net mouth. Goal is credited to Klinsky. That will be his 19th. And Rogers gets the assist. That is his 22nd assist on the year. And that obviously is the duo that the Saints will be hoping to go to throughout this game, as once again will come to center for Noel and Werner on a draw. Saints now with the early 1-0 lead after the scrum and the goal at the start. Tie up over this draw. Werner trying to hold it down there against Noel. Able to fight it forward and try to attack in the zone as he goes down. Physical battle here at center as they try to tie up and get over it. Wagner tried to control there for a second for the Saints as they battle on more here at the AQ logo. Physical tie-up, and we have a whistle called. And Lourdes will take over there on the infraction. 12:36 to go in the first period. Lourdes making some quick changes. Now they'll work it up the right side here with a sprinting Wethington. Wethington handed over and eventually came on here for Gilhooly looking to work in. Now up the right side, here comes Cosley. Cosley checked into a little bit there by Coleman. So he'll turn it back out here to the point and Noel. Noel worked around on the left side for Alexander, and Alexander will turn back out here up top at the point to Noel. Noel working right, spun it on here, and they'll work it into the corner. Behind that, turning here is Johnson, the leading scorer for the Grey Wolves. On there, he has 16 goals and 5 assists. Controlled here by Cosley. Wild pass out to the point will be fought over, and looks like there may be an opportunity coming back the other way. And it's going to be picked up here by Cam Rogers. Here's Rogers attacking up the right side with some speed, trying to work his way inside. He gave a bit of a shoulder to the front net. Rogers shot, scores. What an effort by Rogers. He's able to get that one, go back the other way and score. 2-0 Aquinas. 11:43 to go in the first quarter. Cam Rogers, first goal of the afternoon, and his 20th on the season. Now 42 points. He's already got a 2-point afternoon and 42 points on the season for the Saints' leading scorer. This is a great start for Aquinas. A top 10 battle between these two squads, and serious, as I mentioned in the pregame, some potentially serious WAC implications already in this game, with two teams trying to fight their way to the top of the standings, and what is a very, very solid conference, to say the least. Right now, 4 of the top 10 teams in the NAIA are in this WAC conference. You have number 10 Aquinas, number 8 Lourdes, and then number 1 Madonna and number 3 Indiana Tech, plus several other teams that were receiving votes in the latest poll. Werner once again will be at center here for the Saints, and this time he'll be met by the junior Colin Miller for the Grey Wolves. 11:43 to go, and Aquinas up 2-0. Back underway here on the tie-up fighting. The two sides will tie in here at the Q, trying to get possession, as it will kick out here. And we will see Lourdes look to take the first possession. It was picked up there by Johnson, who will work into the corner. Johnson, with pressure on him, kicks it back out here to the point for Colin Miller. Miller gave it over here to Gilhooly. He'll control it over to the right side here for Corey Campbell. Campbell whips over here to the right side, trying to work his way on in with Cosley. Cosley gave it in deep for Johnson, who worked behind that, defended tightly there by Asari Kanadu. Right side for Cosley again. Whips out here to the point for Jake Noel. And Noel will back it out and let something set up. Noel, the sophomore, has 5 goals, 6 assists on the season. Now starting to attack up the left side here with some speed. Long shot. That one deflected in front. And it will ricochet in behind here for Gilhooly to control. Give it out here for Cosley. Cosley to the point once again for Noel. 30 seconds on the shot clock. 10:40 and less in the first quarter. And 2-0 Aquinas. Noel, left side. Plays along here for a quick shot. That one is deflected away. It's going to come all the way out near center, and it's going to eventually go out, and the Saints will get to take over there. Good effort by Walker West to try to hustle over there to get the Saint possession. And this will be West controlling. West, 22 points on the year, even 11 goals and 11 assists for the Saints on this season, as Aquinas has it here on the right side with Cam Rogers playing out to the point for Baker. Baker back on the right side here for Rogers. Rogers feeds it in deep. Held on to behind that here by Sam Klinsky. Klinsky starting to attack with some speed back the other way. Fake to pass once and now will control still here in behind the net. Watched by Jake Noel. Klinsky turns off. Looking to find a passing lane with the pressure on him. Now feeds out here up top where it's going to be controlled on by Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald looking to walk in, and that shot will ricochet wide. Klinsky will control here. 9:41 and less in the first quarter. Klinsky gave it over here for Walker West. West whips out here to the point where it's controlled by Fitzgerald. Now back on here for Cam Rogers, who will direct some traffic and look to get something set on the right side. West attacks with speed now. Looking to go inside. Shot. That one deflected away by Hart, and they'll go in behind here. Up top for Fitzgerald. Gave it in now here for Rogers. Rogers trying to turn inside the defender there. Good pass trying to feed out for the quick shot there that came from Marsh. And now it's going to ricochet on here for Walker West, who fired one in from the left side. That one's deflected away. On here for Rogers. Rogers shot and scores. Cam Rogers able to pick up the ricochet and put that one home with a low shot. It's 3-0 Aquinas with 9:02 to go in the first quarter. A swarming offensive attack there from the Saints. It eventually came onto a big shot from the left side from Rogers. That is his second of the afternoon. A 3-point night for Rogers already with the 3 Aquinas goals that have been put up on the board. Saints are going to send Kloska out against Miller of the Wolves for this draw as we get back underway. Tie up over this draw will be controlled on here by Miller, but he is continuously pressured, and the ball will come free on the right side here. Here's Miller, checked off there, and he'll go down, and it'll be Aquinas awarded possession as that one rolls out, and both teams will make some changes quick. Saints will roll up here with Diederich at center with speed into some space. 8:49 and less, over to Cam Rogers. 3-0 Aquinas. Rogers gave it out here up top for Highshutter. He'll look to set something up here. Back for Rogers with some pressure being put on him by O'Loughlin. Here's Rogers trying to twist around the defender, working inside, give it across there that were deflected off of Highshutter's stick, and that will roll out of bounds. And we will see Lourdes take over here. Burridge will take it. Luke Burridge, junior defenseman. He does not have a point on the season as he's pressured deep back into his own end here by Klinsky, who's applying the pressure. High pass there to center. That one is somehow settled down, trying to work on ahead here with Johnson. Johnson defended tightly, has that one stripped from him. A bit of a bump, but controlling that one back their way. Here comes Panega. Panega with speed all the way up. Thinking about a shot, works to defender, shot scores. What a job by Panega. He took it up on his own end, sprinted past defenders and put it home. 4-0 Aquinas. What a start for the Saints. 8:02 to go in the first quarter. Neil Panega took that one in his own zone, raced past defenders. A good shot. It will fire it past and in. First goal and first point on the season for Panega. 8:02 to go in the first period, and 4-0 Aquinas. And now we have a timeout call, and both teams here get a chance to, for Aquinas, either trying to find a way to keep it up, or for Lourdes, they need to reset here quickly two coaches in Coach Doug Seitz and Patrick Yanarelli, both in their 6 seasons with their current teams. And this afternoon also kind of a special game here for the Saints as they are participating in the Lace Up for Pediatric Cancer Go for the Goal event, trying to help fund and help fight against pediatric cancer. Go for the Goal works to improve the lives of children battling cancer by providing financial assistance, granting special wishes, developing unique hospital programs, and funding innovative research. Learn more about Go for the Goal and how you can help make a difference by visiting goforthegoal.org, and that is the number 4. So go, number 4, thegoal.org. The Saints, as you can see this afternoon, wearing gold shoelaces for that cause and for the Lace Up for Pediatric Cancer movement. So 8:02 to go in the first period. 4-0 Aquinas. A quick start for the Saints. Will come to center for another draw here. It'll be Lourdes sending Jake Noel out for this draw. Noel, a sophomore with 5 goals, 6 assists on the season, and he will meet Samuel Werner. As we mentioned, Werner, 80% in the faceoff this year. He's got 3 points also to his credit offensively, but one of the, if not the best defensive player that Lourdes has seen so far this year with what Werner is able to do in these sort of situations. Ball plays down. We're back underway. Under 8 minutes to go. Werner fighting, trying to control this one as Noel is all over him. Werner goes down to the floor, and we have a bit of pushing and shoving here after the play as we see a run together of Noel and Hibbard there at the end of the play. And we have this blown dead. And we are going to see the Saints play it back here to their own net, where Boerter will control over here to Diederich to try to sprint up. Diederich plays over half here, on for Heischetter, and Heischetter with some space will work it up the left side. Heischetter working across here, trying to get some space again, and then he'll give it over here for Corby Haley to control for the first time today. Haley, a senior, works it in behind the net here where it's controlled by Kloska and played out here. To the point, fighting in here with Nash West. Shot there from West, blocked away, and now came on here back to the way for Heischetter. Heischetter plays out to the point now where Rogers will take it. Rogers feeds him behind that here for Klinsky. Klinsky turns off, looking for a lane to go this. Now goes back the other way, finding some space. Klinsky over to Heischetter. Heischetter turns, looks to go inside, has some tight defense put on him. Now quick fires a shot. That one deflected away and controlled now by Hart. Hart behind the net, watched by Klinsky. And Lourdes will look to play it up here. Burridge with it, playing it along here to center for for Miller with some speed through center. Here's Colin Miller, all kinds of speed, working through Saint defenders, now curling off to the left side. 6:37 unless the flag goes down. Here's Miller. Miller spins away with some space, getting away from West, trying to play this one over, and it's deflected out of play on the right side. Lourdes will get to keep it. 6:22 to go in the first quarter. 4-0 Aquinas. We have a offsides called against number 14, Nash West, and we're going to see this ball come back and play here. 6:22 to go in the first quarter, and Lourdes will play out to the point and around here into the left corner. Here's Johnson playing out to the point and around here for the right side for Cosley. Now on here for Gohuli. Gohuli trying to play this long. It's batted around, and now will be controlled here by the Saints and Diederich. Diederich with speed. Bowls over a defender trying to get over the half-court or half-field line. Able to do so. Gets back on his feet and whips one all the way down looking for Klinsky. That one nearly intercepted. Klinsky trying to fight it away, and it will be controlled on here by Lourdes and Gilhooly. In behind here for Hart, and the netminder will play up the left side. Flip down here for Cosley at center. Cosley with some speed and some space. 5:38 and less. Cosley whips over here to the right side where it's going to be held on to by Alexander, and Alexander whips out here to the point for Griffiths. Griffiths plays over here to Cosley. Left side playing along here with Benson. Benson out and around now to the top for Cosley. Cosley, right side for Griffiths. Griffiths And now into Alexander in the corner. 5:12 and less in the first. Back on Tyler Griffiths. Griffiths, a freshman with 1 goal on the season, plays out top here for Cosley, who's defended tightly there by Blake Baker, trying to work inside. Feed over to the right side for Alexander, and Alexander able to quick take it and finish in behind the netminder and Boerter. And we see Aquinas now have their lead cut into. Lourdes is on the board. It's 4-1 with 5 minutes exactly to go in the first quarter. So the feed on for Blake Alexander, his 17th on the year, as he's able to put that one home. The feed also going to be credited to Cosley. So Cosley, that's his 8th assist on the season. 17th goal for Alexander, and it's 4-1 with exactly 10 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Werner and Noel. Set for another draw here, and we're back underway. Tie-up continuing as bodies scrum over each other, and now we have a whistle blowing this one dead. And Lourdes will take possession. 4:51 to go in the first quarter, 4-1 Aquinas, and the Grey Wolves will have it. Both teams making some quick changes here as we're set to get underway. Give it over here for Gilhooly. Works over here to his left side and around for Benson. Danny Benson, a sophomore. He has not scored yet this season. Played in the corner here for Blake Alexander, who just put up that last tally. Gilhooly out and around here for Shield. Back on Gilhooly. Now they're working on for Alexander, who will feed it in deep. Behind that turning here was Johnson. Movement continues out and around here. Drew Gilhooly with some speed, trying to attack inside here. Now he'll curl off and play on here for Alexander. Alexander out to the top here for Cosley. Chad Cosley, a sophomore. 8 goals, 7 assists on the season, and played along here for Alexander. Blake Alexander here, defended, poked at there, and he'll turn in the corner. 3:52 and less in the first quarter. 4-1 Aquinas, and it's in behind here for the Grey Wolves and around for Danny Benson. Benson out top here with a pass that's settled down by Shield. Kyle Shield, a freshman, no goals, 1 assist on the season, working to his left side here, defended tightly. And gave it around here for Gilhooly, back on here and around. Danny Benson. In behind the net, turning and spinning here, trying to find a lane is Nick Johnson, the team's leading scorer. He has that one poked away from him. It's going to go into the corner. And the Saints are going to get to take over on that one, as now both teams will make a mad scramble to get their changes on here. 3:18 to go in the first quarter. 4-1 Aquinas, and the Saints played ahead here. And Panega goes down. We see him fighting in there against Miller to try to get possession as the ball went out. It will go to Miller. Miller puts a spin move on here as Panega's all over him. Miller trying to get some space. Hacked at, out to the point here, controlled by Gilhooly. Gilhooly pressured out to the point here for Shield. Shield gave it over for Benson. Benson whips it in deep. Controlled here by Nick Johnson. Johnson watched by Coleman. 2:49 and less in the first quarter. 4-1, the Aquinas lead. Here come the Grey Wolves attacking here with Johnson, their leading scorer. Out to the point, controlled by Shield. Shield watched by Coleman. Played over here for Alexander. Alexander gives it in deep and behind once again for Johnson to control. Johnson, 16 goals, 5 assists on the season. As I mentioned, the leading scorer for the Grey Wolves. Feet in front, and they're going to be able to find the back of the net. A quick finish inside there for Alexander, as Alexander gets that feed down low. A good one from him behind that, and he's able to finish. And it's 4-2, as 2 quick unanswered goals from Lourdes have put them right back in this game. Both those goals coming from Blake Alexander, so his second on the evening gets him to 18 total on the season. 2:21 to go in the first quarter, and it's 4-2 now. The assist to Johnson, that is now his 6th on the season, and Werner and Noel will meet here at center for the draw. 2:21 to go, 4-2 Aquinas. And we're underway. Aquinas controls on here for Jake Lee with some speed. He'll whip it back into his own zone, controlled on by Asare Kanadu. Behind the net, taken by Coleman. Coleman whips it over here for Wagner to control up with some space and some speed. Here is Wagner through center, trying to twist around defender. Stops up with the spin move here at the Aquinas level. Still somehow controlled and moving on here with Wagner. Wagner double teamed and plays out to the point and finds some space here with Baker. Baker controls and gave over here for Rogers as Aquinas looks to set something up. Under a minute 45 to go in the first quarter. In behind for Klinsky. Over for Walker West. West back behind here for Klinsky to control. Klinsky, couple head fakes put on, then went to a spin move, trying to find a lane through. Here's Klinsky still controlling, watched defensively by Wethington. And here's Klinsky behind the net. Able to stay on his feet there. Backing on in, finding a lane. And now he'll try to feed inside. That pass was high and out of the reach of Baker and will find its way out of bounds, and we will see Lourdes take over. So an empty possession there for the Saints after they were able to get it down low to Werner, and he was trying to find a lane and work, but nothing ever opened up for the Saints, and the Grey Wolves take over. A minute 9 to go in the first quarter, 4-2 Aquinas. Pass taken on here by O'Loughlin. He'll control up. Back behind the net for the netminder, the freshman Tyler Hart. Hart, high pass, whipped up here to center. That one is out of the reach of the Grey Wolf. And it will work its way out of bounds, and we will see Aquinas take over here with Tyson Marsh. Marsh, a senior, 3 goals, 1 assist on the season. Trying to work his way up the left side here as he got a bit of a hack. Now he's got some space. Marsh kicks back on here for Baker. Baker over for Rogers. Rogers to the corner, controls here by Nash West, in behind. 30 seconds and less here in the first quarter. West, behind the net, put a head fake on, trying to get to the front of the net here with a turning move. Shot there from West, blocked away, and it'll work its way on here for the control of Clay Hall. Hall whipped a pass here that was just out of the reach of Klinsky and taken on by Burridge. Up the left side, a pass that one is deflected over and fought on here at center. It's going to be Johnson taking over here with speed for Lourdes. Final 9 seconds of the quarter. Can they get one last shot off? Turning the corner. Here's Johnson. Plays on for Benson. Benson works inside. Now kicks out here to the point for the control of Cosley. And Cosley, as he got that one, watches the first quarter come to a close. 4-2 Aquinas after the first 15 minutes of play. The Saints put up 4 goals to start the game. Then 2 unanswered, looking to fight back by Lourdes. In that quarter, Cam Rogers helped lead the Aquinas scoring attack. He put up 2 goals. Klinsky also was able to add in 1. Those two obviously going to have to be dynamic inside for the Saints in their scoring attack. And potentially a big 15 minutes coming up here to end this first half for these two teams. The Saints got off to that huge, just great offensive start, quick offensive start, going up 4-0. Lourdes then found 2 goals back. We saw the game kind of tighten down at that point. Aquinas was unable to get to the front of that and find the scoring opportunities that were there on their first couple trips down. And now we'll see who's able to take a bit of an advantage into halftime. Saints holding on to that advantage right now with the Grey Wolves with some of the momentum from the way that quarter finished, with a chance to try to close things down. Once again, as we mentioned, this is the Go for the Goal event this evening, with the Saints wearing the gold laces for Lace Up for Pediatric Cancer. Just kind of some stats you can run through in terms of pediatric cancer and what Go for the Goal is working on. Cancer is actually the #1 cause of death of children by disease, and actually 1 in 4 elementary schools has a student currently battling cancer, and 15,000 children are diagnosed with cancer every year in the U.S. So an important cause here that the Saints and Go for the Goal are working to help improve the lives of children battling cancer by providing financial assistance, granting special wishes, developing unique hospital programs, and funding innovative research. Once again, you can learn more about Go for the Goal and how you can help make a difference by visiting go4thegoal.org. That's goforthegoal.org. Just about ready to get the second quarter underway here. 4-2 Aquinas after the first 15 minutes. And the next 15 minutes that definitely could help determine a lot in terms of how this game's going to go and begin to help kind of form some of the battle in the conference standings, as talked about earlier in the game, and how pivotal this really is for an early season game that could already have conference standing at the end of year implications coming up. two sides will switch, and we will once again see Werner and Noel come to center for a draw. They've had some serious battles already going over these draws to start the game. Two players that are both very aggressive and very good on these draw situations. 15 minutes back up on the board. Aquinas Saints, Lourdes Grey Wolves. And the second quarter is underway. Lourdes will control here with Clay Hall. Hall just in front of center. Hacked at and is able to kick it over here for Wethington to control. Wethington up the left side for Danny Benson. The sophomore give it in behind here for Johnson. Johnson plays over here, and it's going to be deflected away and far over in deep. And that one is knocked away from Johnson, ricochets out of bounds, and the Saints will be able to take over on that. So good defensive play by the Saints and Connor Coleman, who now will get to take over here for Aquinas. First 30 seconds of the second quarter gone with speed working his way up the right side. Here is Jake Lee. Lee over half with some space here, working into a free area. Lee gave it across here. And that one just deflected away, trying to cut inside there for a chance was Needham. And it'll work its way out of bounds, and Lourdes will get to take over. Here's Tyler Hart. The freshman netminder, over a .550 save percentage coming into this game. 6.09 goals against average, very solid. High feed going to be picked off here by Cam Rogers. Rogers trying to whip inside there, went past Klinsky out of bounds, and Lourdes is going to get to take over. And a serious disagreement there from Klinsky. He was saying he was the one closest there, but it's deemed to have been that it was Hart was closer, and it will be Hart controlling here for Lourdes. 13:47 and less in the second quarter. 4-2, Aquinas leading, and controlling ahead here is Campbell. Campbell over half, playing up the right side here. Back on for Campbell. Campbell over to Cosley, and Chad Cosley kicks on here for Danny Benson. Benson up the left side, back on here for Cosley to control. And we're going to have a flag come out there as it will now be played just in front of half to Noel. So penalty coming to the Saints. Noel holding here, watched defensively by Corby Haley. Attack coming from Noel. He'll try to feed down low here to a turning stick. In behind it was Cosley playing over. Now back on for Cosley behind the net. Chad Cosley, the sophomore, harassed a little bit there by Asari Kanadu, trying to get to the front of that. And this one is ricocheted around, and it's going to be touched up. The whistles will come on. And we're going to have a 1-minute slashing call coming up to Dylan Coleman for that flag that you had come out just a few moments ago. So the penalty on Coleman, 1-minute slash. And 12:52 to go in the first half. 4-2 Aquinas. And a chance here with a man up for the Grey Wolves. On the right side, here's Cosley. Cosley plays over to the left side for Noel. Back on here for Cosley. Cosley feeds down low and around here to the left side for Nick Johnson. Johnson around and out to the point, and it's kicked on back here for Campbell after he gave it up, and then it's played on for Johnson. Johnson shot from a tough angle. That one ricochets to the side of the net, and it'll be picked up and played on here by Boerter. Boerter behind the net. Gave it over here for the control of Wagner. Wagner with speed up the left side, looking to clear out of the zone here, put a spin move on, and a good job by Wagner able to get over half. He's got speed, and the Saints are attacking the other way here. 12-13 less in the second. Wagner moving in, long shot, and that one whistles well wide with a lot of pace of the net, and it'll be Klinsky getting it to take over here for the Saints from behind the net. 12 minutes, 9 seconds to go in the first half. 4-2 Aquinas, and Klinsky plays over to Rogers. At the point, it's Nash West playing over and then getting it back from Heischetter. Right side for Rogers. Rogers waiting and controlling here with 11:45 and less. Now he'll direct some traffic as he walks into the right corner with it. Rogers with speed, attacks, got around defenders, trying to get to the front net. That one is poked away from him. He'll be controlled on here by the Grey Wolves and Ryan Morris. Clay Hall playing on ahead here. That one deflects through center and is going to be picked up here by a speeding Kevin Heischetter, who's got now a bit of space to move through center as he kind of twisted on. Heischetter has an attack put on him there defensively from Colin Miller, but he's able to control. 11:15 and less in the second quarter. 4-2 Aquinas, and here's Walker West with it. West, the junior, 11 goals, 11 assists on the year. Balanced scoring coming into this game. Here's Cam Rogers. Spins on, trying to pressure his way on in. He'll back it in. Still here is Rogers. Works across. Shot scores. What a job by Rogers. He's able to protect and back his way in before he turns and whips one over the shoulder of Hart. And Aquinas gets up to a 3-goal lead. It's 5-2 Saints with 10:48 to go in the second quarter. Third of the afternoon for Cam Rogers. And his 22nd on the season right there. Werner and Noel will come to center for the draw once more.
Saints goal, number 91, Cam Rogers.
Samuel Werner, Jake Noel. Drawing and battling once more here to get back underway. 10:48 to go in the second quarter. 5-2 Aquinas now after that latest of Cam Rogers' 3 goals. Saints will control here with Diederich. Passed on here for Werner. Werner backs out and gave on here for Diederich to take up. Flag came out here. Saints will get a better scoring opportunity here in just a moment. And now another flag came out. Now we'll have whistles playing this, or blowing this play dead. We'll have to see what the call is here. So Walker West will take it here for the Saints. Jake Lee kneeling in the penalty box for the Grey Wolves. So there are 2 flags down. Does not look like there's going to be one called against the Saints, however, as right now it is just Lee down. It looks like it will be a man-up opportunity here for the Saints.
Just one penalty, black 23.
All right, so we just got confirmation put in here. It is 1 penalty. It's against Jake Lee, and we will see the Saints here with a man-up opportunity in behind the net. West gave it out here to the point for the control of Heischetter. Heischetter whips over to Nash West now into the right corner for Rogers. Rogers behind for Klinsky. Klinsky works inside, back out here for Rogers. Rogers twists out top here for a shot from Nash West, and that one is saved nicely by the stick of Hart, who will play it over here for the control of Colin Miller. Miller back on here for Hart. Hart pressured in here by Klinsky, trying to force a turnover, but it's going to be Hart controlling for the Grey Wolves. 9:55 and less in the half, 5-2 Aquinas. And look at Klinsky, all of the pressure he has on the netminder. Hart able to hang on to it for a while and then whip it down and clear over half. Control taken on here by Alexander. Alexander, 2 goals on the afternoon for the Grey Wolves, and he'll have it in the corner here and play in behind that looking for Johnson. Now he'll actually just hang on to it. Alexander behind the net. 9:25 and less in the quarter. 5-2 Aquinas leads, and Alexander's got it over here to Danny Benson. Noel out of the penalty box and back to full strength here are the Grey Wolves. Right side controlled by Nick Johnson. Johnson finding behind the net here for Alexander. Alexander twists back to the left side as he was pressured defensively by Coleman. Out to the point for Gilhooly. And now Alexander in the corner. Alexander behind the net, going to be controlled in here by Johnson. Johnson putting some moves on here for Danny Benson. Benson spins back behind the net, controlled by Nick Johnson. Johnson, pressure on him, trying to turn to the corner. And we'll have a turnover there as the clock ran down, and the Saints will get to take over. 8:43 to go in the second quarter, 5-2 Aquinas. And the Saints will get to take over here. Here is Joey Fitzgerald with some speed. The sophomore, 7 goals on the season, and attacking up the right side. He's got space, he's got speed, and he's going to have a lane in behind the net. Fitzgerald turns off there, under 8.5 to go in the first half. Left side controlled by Walker West. And he will walk it out in control. West over here for the cutting Marsh. Marsh to the right side controlled by Cam Rogers. Rogers in behind the net for Klinsky. Klinsky gave it over here for West. West looked to go inside, now attacks back the other way with a shot. Here's West, save made by Hart. And Hart will whip it down here for the control of the Grey Wolves. Trying to fight their way on up here with a quick little move at center there with Shield fighting up. In behind that, here is Shield. Holds and plays over here for Nick Johnson. Johnson, the freshman, plays out here to Cosley, the sophomore, who then gave it on here for the cutting Jake Noel. Noel finds Alexander and his 2 goals on the afternoon. In behind that once more here for Nick Johnson. Johnson pressured tightly defensively there by Connor Coleman. Now we see Johnson trying to fight to the front of the net. He's able to score. What an effort right there, working his way to the front of the net by the Grey Wolves freshman Nick Johnson. He's able to put his first of the afternoon home. 7:16 to go in the second quarter. Now 5-3 Aquinas after Johnson was able to, with some speed, get to the front of the net and get it back to a 2-goal game. 17th goal on the season for Johnson. Now 22 points overall for him. It'll once again be the junior Werner taking the draw here for the Saints. He'll be going up against Colin Miller, another junior, for the Grey Wolves. And here's the draw and the battle. Werner pops it up, and the Saints will control on here with Samuel Needham. Plays on here for Cam Rogers. He is hassled, but able to hang on to it. Rogers fighting on through a couple of bodies. Staying on possession. Here is Rogers. Now he'll turn off, try to get something set, and flip it on here for Joey Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald to the left side, controlled here by Blake Baker. Baker, the freshman, trying to find some space out here top, and then play back on here to the left side for the control of Joey Fitzgerald. Here is Fitzgerald, hassled defensively and watched by Wethington. Trying to fight inside here is Fitzgerald. Now he'll play it over here for Cam Rogers on the right side. Rogers with some space will walk it out a little bit and set something up. 30 seconds on the shot clock, 6:23 on the game clock here in the end of the first half. Second quarter, 5-3 Aquinas the lead, and Cam Rogers holding, under 25 on the shot clock. Rogers dragging inside, trying to get to the front of that. Got his way to the front, but he is rejected there by Tyler Hart, who's able to make the save. Hart been standing strong, some good chances for the Saints in front, but the freshman showing why he is one of the top 3 or 4 netminders in the country so far this year, as Lourdes will take it and play it up here to the right side for the control of Luke Burridge, the junior. And now we have a whistle that cut out, and the Saints will have it here. In behind the net, controlled by Klinsky. Now it's whipped out here to Baker and back out here for a quick shot from Fitzgerald. That one blocked away, and they'll battle over this one. It came on here for Hart to control. And Hart, a high lollipop pass, will be settled down here and going back the other way with John Robertson. Robertson goes down at center, but it's going to be played on here for a lot of speed, turning with Danny Benson. Benson gave it over here for Alexander. 5:42 and less in the first half. 5-3 the Aquinas lead. Interesting note with Lourdes so far in the year. They are 4-0 when they lead at the half. They're 0-1 when they're tied at the half. They have not had a game yet where they were trailing. So for Aquinas, very critical to have this team on the back foot as they go into the second half of play, currently holding on to a 2-goal advantage with 5:20 and less in the first half. Controlled here by Nick Johnson. He scored the last goal for Lourdes and plays out here to the point for Drew Gilhooly. Gilhooly on here for Benson. Benson back out, topping around to the right side for Nick Johnson. Johnson, the freshman attacker, harassed and plays on the right side. We have a flag come out. Another penalty coming here to the Saints. On the right side, controlled here by Cosley. Cosley trying to get to the front, and he's able to score there. Cosley goes inside, and he's able to fire a low pass into the back of the net. It's just a 1-goal game now, 5-4, as Lourdes continues to try to mount their comeback here. 4:53 to go in the first half. A meeting of Saints you can see at the... Or a meeting of Saints at their own net here as they're trying to probably get something figured out defensively after we just saw March inside able to get it down to a one-possession game, or one-score game, I should say, here. 5-4 with 4:53 to go in the first half. And I just mentioned that note about trying and needing to get Lourdes down at the half. They're 4-0 this season when they are leading. penalty is going to be 1 minute for slashing against Connor Coleman. So the Saints give up the goal, and now an opportunity to try to tie it here with Coleman in the penalty box. Big draw here. Both teams looking to try to get some possession. Battle over as that one is poked away from Diederik, who's taking it for the Saints, and raced ahead by Lee. That last goal was the 9th of the year for Cosley, as the Saints will control here with Diederik over center. 4:51 and less in the second quarter. Aquinas now just leading by 1. Left side racing in behind the net here with Corby Haley. Haley behind the net trying to control and find some open space. 4:37 and less. To the top here is Nash West. .423 and less in the first half. 5-4 Aquinas. As they've got it in behind here with Haley. Haley trying to attack, putting his shoulder in, out now for Cam Rogers. Rogers has a defender poking in on him there in O'Loughlin. He'll be able to back into the corner here. We've seen him try to do this once already, or use some power to try to get to the net front. Now he'll go into the corner. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half, and the Saints holding and just letting the clock go down here. Here is Rogers trying to keep the clock rolling here in the corner. 14 seconds and less on the shot clock. Here is Cam Rogers. Now he's going to attack with some speed, trying to get to the center of the field. Nice feed inside for Klinski, and he's able to finish. What a feed from Rogers. Klinski was waiting at the side of the net, and he's able to bury it. 6-4 Aquinas with 3:38 to go in the second quarter, and that is that dangerous duo for the Saints that opposing teams have to look out for. Rogers was able to work in with some speed, with some power. Feed on for Klinski, who's able to finish. Goal number 20 on the season for Sam Klinski. And it's a Saint 2-goal advantage once more, 6-4. So they're able to fight off that time that Coleman spent in the penalty box as they just controlled the Rogers. Eventually Rogers, with the shot clock winding down, able to fight to the front of that. Good feed for Klinski. The finish there as well. Saints back up by 2 here. Another draw at center here. Werner back out to take it for the Saints against Noel for the Grey Wolves. And it'll tie up as the two sides will work in on them. Ball bounces out here for the momentary control of Needham, and he will now be able to pick it up and come to center with it. Samuel Needham, he'll drop it, and it'll be Lourdes going to take possession here. Up the right side. Working and turning, and now we have a whistle blowing this play dead. It looks like we got a timeout called on the field. 3:21 to go in the first half. 6-4 the Aquinas lead. So with that Lourdes timeout, just a couple other things. So obviously we talked about the Lourdes when they're leading at the half or tied or trailing. They've not yet to be trailing at the half this year, but 4-0 when leading at the half. Additionally, kind of to that extent, they also are 4-0 when outshooting opponents. They're 0-1 when they are outshot. So for the Saints, the goal pretty clearly was try to get shots on net, get scoring opportunities. Saints have done a great job of doing that so far. Great play, especially from Rogers and Klinski. They've been able to combine for a couple of really highlight reel sort of goals. That last one, especially the feed and the finish from Rogers to Klinski to finish things off. And now 3:21 in this first half for Aquinas to try to weather one last storm, try to maybe even grow the lead, get into the half against a good Lourdes team. Remember, Lourdes is outranks the Saints are number 8 compared to the Saints number 10 in the country. So a very good team and a potentially high-quality win for the Saints. Already coming off a high-quality win earlier this week against Siena Heights, and a chance to build on that with a good one this afternoon. A 2-game winning streak for Aquinas. They're 3-2 in their last 5. Lourdes also 3-2 in their last 5, but they lost their last time out. Both teams will break out from the sidelines and get set here for this final 3:20 of the game coming out of this timeout. Lourdes comes into this game. They are 4-1 all all time against Aquinas. So Lourdes a solid program. They've been able to show that in the past in this game, but a potentially big one of their biggest matchups they've had yet in their history, with the ranking and the early season implications already coming into this game. It'll be Drew Gilhooly getting the ball and getting us back under play here as the Grey Wolves will take it here. Gilhooly whips it in deep for the control of Johnson. Johnson over to Benson. Benson hassled defensively here by Asare Kanadu. Benson with speed along the sideline, out to the point, controlled here by Cosley. Cosley whips it out for Alexander, who kicks it back on right side here for the control of Gilhooly. Gilhooly pressured, trying to fight inside there as he's defended by Panega, and now the ball's going to be on the floor and fought over and controlled out here by the Grey Wolves. Play out here for a shot from Cosley, and that one will go wide and come in behind that here for the control of Johnson. 2:40 and less in the first half. 6-4 Aquinas, 35 and less on the shot clock here for the Grey Wolves, who played out here to the right side at the point for Corey Campbell. Campbell, a junior, has 10 goals, 6 assists on the season. Good offensive attacker as he'll look to work his way inside. Shot is deflected away. He kind of fanned on it. See a couple bodies go down in behind the net. It'll be controlled here by the Grey Wolves. Johnson with it. Nick Johnson, the freshman here. Watched by Diederich, the senior. 8 seconds and less here on the shot clock. Time running out for Johnson in behind that, and he will wildly whip a pass that's going to work its way out of bounds. Saints will get to take over as the shot clock will reset after it went down to 3 seconds left on that Lourdes possession. 6-4 Aquinas, 2:03 and less in the first half of play. Diederich with it here for the Saints. Plays over for the control of Wagner. Wagner playing on here to up the right side for Panega. Panega at center trying to put a spin move on here as Alexander's on him defensively. Down to the turf he went, and Lourdes will get to take over here. Here is Alexander. Alexander, left side played on here for the control of Danny Benson. Benson, the sophomore, whips this one out and around for the control of Cosley now at the point. Chad Cosley. For Noel, back on for Cosley. He's got a goal. Scored in kind of a similar fashion to this, where he would attack the hole. Here comes Cosley looking to do it again. Now he'll turn off on the left side and play in behind for Johnson. Out to Jake Noel. Noel over for Cosley. Cosley hesitated left. Now kicks back on here for Noel to the right side. Noel lost that ball trying to gather it. He and Diederich will come together. And it'll be controlled here by Noel. Forced in the corner. A couple of Saints hounding him. Final minute coming up here in the first half. 38 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes Noel with speed, trying to get to the front of that. Put a shot on, deflected away. And it'll be controlled here by the Saints. We have a whistle coming out. Great effort there in net, though, by Boerter as he was able to go down, deflect that shot away, and the Saints will get possession and go back the other way here with Dan Diederich. Senior defenseman. 2 goals and an assist down the year for Diederich. Able to work past the defender and get over half. 50 seconds and less in the first half. Pass down low here. It's going to be fed back on up the left side for Quinski, and Quinski is able to finish in tight. Good feed down low for Coleman. Coleman whips it back on for Quinski. He's able to finish top shelf, and the Saints extend their lead. 44 seconds to go in the first half. Now 7-4 Aquinas as Sam Quinski gets his third of the afternoon. So both Quinski and Rogers, 3 goals in this first half, and the Saints extending what has been a really impressive offensive performance and just impressive performance overall in this first half. 44 seconds to go in the first half. 7-4 Aquinas. Warner will get set to take this draw against Colin Miller, pair of junior midfielders here. .44 seconds and one last chance for each team to try to get some extra momentum going into the half here. It looks like the Saints will be able to hang on to a lead going into the half. Lourdes has not trailed so far this season when they are, or has not trailed after the first 2 quarters of play this year. Battle controlled on here by Colin Miller up the right side. Miller pushed off and defended here by Jake Lee in the corner. Flag comes out here with 30 seconds and less in the quarter. Turn off here by Miller. And Miller plays out, and we will have this one touched up by the Saints, and Wagner will have the whistles come out. Clock will stop at 16 seconds, and we'll get the call of the penalties here. So a slashing call against Jake Lee. So Jake Lee now will have to take a seat in the penalty box. 16 seconds to go in the second quarter. 7-4 the Aquinas lead, and 15 seconds and one last chance here before the half for Lourdes to try to bite into that Aquinas advantage. Saints making some substitutions as Dietrich will come out.
2 penalties on number 23, Jake Lee, for Aquinas, slashing, full penalty.
They will actually, it'll be 2 penalties against Lee, so 2 slashing calls against Jake Lee, who is kneeling in the penalty box right now, and Lourdes will get to just take over, and they are going to let the clock run down on this first half. So, first 30 minutes of play comes to a close. Saints leading 7-4. Great offensive performance from Aquinas at the half, led by that dynamic senior attack duo of Sam Klinsky and Cam Rogers. 3 goals for Klinsky, 3 goals for Rogers, both very dominant. 2 more assists out there for Cam Rogers, who was all over the place offensively, both scoring and feeding his teammates. But Aquinas, number 10 team in the country, leading the number 8 Grey Wolves by 3, 7-4 at the half. We're going to step aside. We'll be back here in just under 10 minutes for the second half of what should be an exciting one to close out here from Grand Rapids. You're listening to the AQ Sports Network.
Have a sports injury, count on the team that's caring for the Saints. Metro Health Sports Medicine has the most comprehensive program in West Michigan and is proud to be the official medical provider for Aquinas College Athletics. Check out why they're better all around at metrohealth.net.
Aquinas College's beautiful tree-lined campus is blocks from downtown Grand Rapids.
At Aquinas, you have all your friends, you have the small class sizes, you have that small feel. You're close to home, but yet you're so far away.
Aquinas is a top 50 ranked Catholic college centered on the values of faith, learning, service, and community.
Aquinas, when you're on that campus, it doesn't feel like you're in Grand Rapids, yet you have Grand Rapids right next door to you, which is cool.
Schedule a personal campus visit at aquinas.edu.
Metro Health Sports Medicine is proud to be the team doctors for Aquinas Saints. If you or your student athlete has been injured, turn to the team at Metro Health. With VIP scheduling, plus access to 7 different offices in the West Michigan area, we'll get you back to your activities sooner. Visit metrohealth.net for more information. Metro Health, University of Michigan Health. It's happening here. Make sure to check out all the news, scores, and updates of the Aquinas Athletics by visiting aqsaints.com. Also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by finding our official AQ Saints accounts. We'd also like to take this time to thank Gazelle Sports and Dean Trailways as proud partners of Aquinas Athletics and for their continued support of our teams and our student athletes.
And welcome back here to Aquinas and the AQ Sports Network. Nate Dreyer with you here. We are through halftime and getting set for the final 2 quarters of play in this one between the Aquinas Saints and the Lourdes Grey Wolves. The number 10 Saints leading 7-4 at the half over the number 8 Grey Wolves. A half that for the Saints was marked by the offensive production of seniors Sam Klinski and Cam Rogers. Each had 3 goals apiece, and additionally 2 assists for Rogers on the afternoon. Saints were able to get 20 shots on goal in that period, or in that half, I should say. Lourdes got 11 on net. We talked about during that first half how Lourdes Lourdes only once this season has been outshot, and they did end up losing that game. So Aquinas, a big mark to both get Lourdes down at the half and to be able to outshoot the Grey Wolves, because that puts them in a good position moving forward and have a chance to try to take this game down the stretch. A big game both in conference. Look at overall standings as well. Number 8 versus number 10 overall battle between these two teams. And a big 30 minutes coming up here to close this contest. And the second half will get underway with the Grey Wolves getting to have possession and have a power play here as they get going. In behind the net, it's going to be controlled and played on here up the right side for Gil Hooley. He'll play out here to the top for Campbell. Campbell gave it over here to the left side for Noel. Now back out here to Noel. Noel up top for Campbell. Campbell to the right side, controlled on here by Gil Hooley and whipped into the corner for the control of Causley. Out and around here left side for Noel. Noel winds up a shot, fires one, and a save made by the freshman Borichter. And Borichter will walk it out and feed a long one 3/4 of the field down for Cam Rogers, just out of the reach of Rogers. And that one will go out, and it will equal control for O'Loughlin for the Grey Wolves. 14-15 less, and that was a pass almost picked off, and now will be controlled by the Saints and Walker West. West up the right side, trying to work his way in. Kicks out here for Cam Rogers. Rogers get across for Klinski. Klinski in deep, shot that one blocked away and controlled here by Tyler Hart. And Klinski down, looking like he may be struggling to get to his feet, so potentially an injury to Sam Klinski as we see Hart feed it down here to center for the control of Campbell. Klinski is up on his feet and trying to walk that one off down low. 13:47 and less in the third quarter, 7-4 Aquinas. As the Grey Wolves have it here on the right side of the control of Causley. Into the corner here for Drew Gilhooly, the junior. Out to the point and around here left side for Jake Noel. Noel on for Johnson. The freshman kicks out here to the point for Noel. Noel around to the right side for a jumping and controlling Gilhooly. Gilhooly tries to work inside of the quick shot, or quick pass, I should say. That one is controlled here by the Saints as Borichter is able to pick it up and play it along. Up the right side, here's Asare Kanadu. Play ahead here at center now for Wagner over half. 13-11 and less in the third quarter. Wagner with space up the right side here. He'll work his way in behind that and then kick it over here for Walker West to take it. Saints up by 3 here. First couple of minutes gone in this second half, and Cam Rogers plays it over here to Heischetter. Heischetter on here for Nash West. West attacking with speed. Plays over here into the left corner for Walker West. West on here for Nash West. Walker West to Nash West. And now going to be controlled here by Sam Klinski. Klinski to the top. Played and controlled by Heischetter. Heischetter around right side for Rogers. Back on here. Heischetter with space working to the left side. 12:23 and less in the third quarter. Heischetter putting a couple moves on, trying to spin his way inside. Now he's pushed off and double teamed, able to kick it in behind the net. Controlled here by the turning Corby Haley. Out to the point here for Rogers. Rogers over for West. Walker West at the point. Over here for Nash West, right side. And West trying to work his way in, but the shot clock ran out as he was trying to work in, so a violation, and Lourdes will take over. 12:02 to go in the third quarter, 7-4 Aquinas, and the Grey Wolves will play it along and control up here. Here is Wethington through a couple of defenders with some speed, hesitates back as he's checked off by Walker West. Over for O'Loughlin. Flips one over half and controlled here by Ian Page. Page back on just in front to Campbell. And Campbell will find some space on the left side and look to set something up as he kicks it over here for Chad Cosley, the sophomore. Cosley a goal and an assist now in the afternoon up the right side. Play on here for Gil Hooley. The junior works in deep here for Johnson, and Johnson back on here to the left side for the control of Benson. Out to Cosley. And Cosley with speed will attack up the right side here. Works his way in the right corner. Cosley checked off a little bit there by Jake Lee, and he'll get in behind that. 11-10 and less in the third quarter. 25 and less on the shot clock here for the Grey Wolves. Saints leading by 3. Attacking. Here's Cosley behind the net. Now he's forced wide and plays out here to a jumping Corey Campbell. So down with a quick shot and a save made. Rebound will go out of bounds and will be taken and controlled here by the Grey Wolves. 10:55 and less in the third quarter. Behind the net, here is Gil Hooley. Gil Hooley with speed, looking to attack here as he's got a pair of Saints all over him defensively, and he's forced to turn off in the corner, and now he will lose that one, and the Saints will take over. Saints have got it here with Wagner. Wagner whips it behind that here to the netminder Boerter, and Boerter will play up the right side here for the control of Asari Konadu. 10:23 and less in the third quarter. 7-4 Aquinas. Asari Konadu over half and playing over here for Walker West. West with some space here on the Aquinas logo. Over to Cam Rogers, and Aquinas will look to set something up here. Here is Rogers, right side. Feeds down into the corner. Controlled here by Klinski. Klinski, 3 goals on the afternoon already, trying to get on here for Rogers, who will chase it down and control behind the net. 3 goals, 2 assists for Rogers, trying to bull his way inside as he's already done a couple of times this afternoon. Backing in and fighting there against O'Loughlin defensively. Turns and fired one high and wide of the net. And that one will go out, and it will be in the possession of the Grey Wolves. 9:41 to go in the third quarter, 7-4 Aquinas. And Lourdes will take back over here with a pass up, and that is controlled on by Griffiths. Tyler Griffiths up the right side. Plays over here just in front of the half line for the control of Jake Noel. Noel will direct traffic and set some things up here. Sophomore midfielder Noel came into this game 5 goals, 6 assists on the season. Also their leading face-off man and just a strong player in the way that he'll attack. Here is Alexander in the corner for Lourdes. Out and around for Cosley. He's had the ball a lot when they're in the attacking zone. Now it's back on here for Noel. Noel back for Chad Cosley. Cosley directs traffic and then kicks over here for Alexander. Back on here for Cosley at the top. 8:53 and less in the third quarter. 30 seconds here on the shot clock for Lourdes. 3-goal Saint advantage. Here is Cosley attacking with some speed. Got alongside that. Now fed in behind. Here it is controlled by Johnson. Johnson backing in and controlling now to the corner as he has a lot of defensive pressure being put on him by Connor Coleman. Still, here's Johnson with some speed to the left side of the net. Turns off once more. Now he's going to go down there as the ball is going to be fought over. And in the corner, Johnson able to control that one off the turf and play out here for Cosley. It was away from Cosley, and the Grey Wolves will keep this one. And with that, the shot clock also will run out on that possession. So a good defensive possession there again for the Saints. They're able to force a shot clock violation and take back over. 8:18 and less in the third quarter. 7-4 Aquinas and a much more defensive-looking second half of play. Over half, stumbling and staying on his feet. Here's Blake Baker. Here's Baker spinning away and playing over for the control of Rogers. Rogers finds Fitzgerald. Sophomore has 7 goals on the season, and will work it up the right side. Here is Fitzgerald behind the net turning. Now he will find some space, look to settle down, kick it over here for Walker West. West up top here for the control of Heischetter, and Heischetter with a pass that is off of the stick of Marsh and controlled here by Rogers. Rogers watched by O'Loughlin. Now in deep here for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald controls, looking to attack now as he'll find some space and speed to the other side. Out to the point, controlled by Walker West, fakes, hesitates, kicks on here for Rogers. Rogers walking in, fighting through defenders, and is able to score. What a move there by Rogers, jumping and firing up a shot that goes low and beats Tyler Hart and extends the Aquinas advantage. It's 8-4 with 7:12 to go in the third quarter. So the defensive third quarter finally broken there by Cam Rogers. A great single-handed effort as he fights in and makes it a 4-goal advantage as the Saints have now doubled up the number 8 team in the country. Cam Rogers, his 4th on the afternoon, 6-point overall. He's now got 23 goals on the season. It'll be Werner and Noel once again on the draw. $7:12 to go. A 4-goal Aquinas lead as they've opened up and tied their high mark in the game of a 4-goal lead. Start out this game leading 4-0, and now we will see this controlled up here by the Saints. Rogers, off that big win from Werner, will control and get things set up here as both teams are making their changes and getting their units out. Around here for Walker West. West back behind for Quinski. Sam Quinski holds and hesitates. He's got 3 goals on the afternoon and plays out top here for West. West over for Rogers, and that one deflects away from Rogers, who will go out, and Lourdes will take over there on the turnover. 6:41 and less in the third quarter, 8-4 Aquinas. Colin O'Loughlin, the senior defenseman, whips this one over here for the Grey Wolves control over half to Corey Campbell. Campbell over for Cosley. Cosley with some space. Whips it back across the other way for Alexander, but he has that one stolen away from him, and the Saints will take over. Good defensive effort made there by Diederik. Meanwhile, behind the play, Diederik was taken out. Flag comes out, and there will be a penalty coming up here to the Grey Wolves. Walker West has it. West out here for Diederik back in the play. Walks in, long shot. That one will deflect down wide. Then as he spiked that one into the ground. And now we will get the penalty call. 6:04 to go in the third quarter. 8-4 Aquinas. And we will wait here for the signals. We have a couple of officials conferring over this. So it'll be an unnecessary roughness penalty against Danny Benson. So the sophomore attacker will take a seat here for Lourdes. And Aquinas will get ready to control. 6:04 to go in the third quarter. 8-4 Aquinas. And we are back underway. Quinski over to Walker West. Back out top here for the control of Fitzgerald. Nash West to Rogers behind the net for Quinski. Quinski to Walker West. Out top as they work it around here, Nash West. Around for Rogers. Rogers hesitates, finds Quinski. Back on here for Rogers. Rogers whips it across here for a jumping Walker West. It will settle down and score. What an effort there by Walker West. Able to grab that feed from Rogers with a jump and then finish strong top shelf. And the Saints have extended it to a 9-4 advantage. First goal in the afternoon by Nash West. Good feed came to him from Cam Rogers. That goal is the for Walker West. That is the 12th goal of the season for West. Third assist on the afternoon for Cam Rogers. He's now got 7 points overall in this game and now 47 on the season to extend his scoring advantage and scoring lead for the Saints on this season. 9-4 Aquinas, 5:44 to go in the third quarter. It'll be Miller and Werner at center for this draw. Saints leading by 5. Highest or biggest lead of the game for either team. And Werner will tie up here with Miller. Fight over the ball. Going to be controlled here by Werner. That's going to be knocked away from him as he tried to gather it. And we have got a whistle and possession going to Lourdes. It'll be Miller taking on the control here. Both teams making some quick changes. Here is Miller up the left side. 5.5 to go in the third quarter. 9-4 Aquinas. They've been able to put 2 home so far in this third quarter. Miller controlling here with some pressure on him from Asari Kanadu. Up the left side, it's Miller. Miller with speed, attacks inside, shot, scores. Miller just worked all alone there for about 30 seconds. He just was holding on, backing in, eventually able to turn, find some space, find some speed, attack with a low shot that he's able to spike past Boerter, and it's a 9-5 game. Good effort there from the junior Colin Miller, his 6th goal on the season. 5:16 to go in the third period. 9-5 Aquinas. And it'll be Werner and Miller once again for this upcoming draw. Both juniors getting ready to tie up here on the Q of the AQ logo. Tie up in a draw. Werner goes down trying to swipe that one away, and the battle here will continue. Diederik will control here for the Saints. Diederik left side for Walker West. And West will control, and they'll play it in deep here for Klinski. Sam Klinski directs some traffic in the corner. Under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Left side, here's Blake Baker, the freshman. 3 goals, 3 assists on the season behind the net here for Klinski. Klinski around for Walker West, now for Cam Rogers. Rogers on the right side. Watched defensively by O'Loughlin. Looking to attack inside. Spin move put on here by Rogers. Hesitates and spins again. Able to try to feed it left side for West. West takes that one and shot that one off the post as it ricochets on wide in the corner. Good opportunity there for West as he fires it off the pipe, and he will get to pick it up and restart possession here. 4:24 and less in the third quarter. 9-5 Aquinas. And behind that here is Baker. Baker spins, trying to hang on a possession here in deep. Baker will hesitate, go down low, and play on here for a quick shot in front for Klinski. That one will be blocked up high. Saints will be able to keep possession here. 4:01 to go in the third quarter. 9-5 Aquinas. They're starting to swarm here, trying to add to their lead and get it back up to 5 goals. Left side, Walker West out topping around here for Cam Rogers. Rogers feeds down low here for the Marsh control. Marsh put on a couple head fakes there. Now he's knocked down to the floor, and we are going to see a penalty coming here to Lourdes. Out top for Rogers. And Rogers will look back to the sideline momentarily here and look to get something set up. 3:31 and less in the third quarter. Rogers looking to attack inside. Put a spin move on O'Loughlin, trying to break free inside. Rogers feeds in low for Klinski. Klinski tries to whip a shot down low, and that one will deflect wide. 3:21 to go in the third quarter. 9-5 Aquinas. And we will quick listen and see what this penalty call is going to be coming up against Lourdes. Penalty will be a pushing coming up against Colin Miller, who will take a knee in the penalty box. 3:21 to go in the third quarter. 9-5 Aquinas. Saints about to get possession here with Klinski in the corner. Walker West over for Nash West. In deep here for Klinski. Left side now going to be controlled on by Highshutter. Out and around here for Nash West. Right side back on Walker West. West over for Highshutter. Highshutter shot. That one deflects away. And into the corner and out of bounds. 2:58 to go in the third quarter. 9-5 Aquinas. And the Saints will play here for Klinski to Rogers. Cam Rogers out top for Nash West. West plays over here for Highshutter. Looking to set something up over to Walker West. West's pass inside was deflected away and will be taken here by Werner. Back to even as that's on the left side here for Walker West. Here is the junior walking in, now trying to work to the left side. Plays out here for the control off of the turf by Heischetter. Right side Nash West with speed, looking to attack inside, hesitated here as he watched defensively. Pass whipped on here for Corby Haley, trying to fight inside. Shot scores! Haley able to get that one and finish it into the back of the net. The Saints scoring attack continues. It's 10-5 Aquinas with 2:24 to go in the third quarter. Good effort there by Haley's. The senior able to attack inside, get a shot off from the left side, and fire that one past Tyler Hart. Assist given to Nash West, and for this Lourdes team that has been so good defensively throughout the year, Tyler Hart saving over half of the shots he's seen, 6.09 goals against average coming this game. The Saints offense really taking over what is a great defensive team in Lourdes so far this afternoon. 2:24 to go in the third period, 10-5 Aquinas, and just about ready to get back underway here. And we will see Lourdes take over here off the face-off violation. Both teams will make some changes here. Here is Gilhooly. Gilhooly put his spin move on, trying to find some free space. Now he'll turn it on and flip it here for Cosley. Now in the corner for Alexander. Alexander in behind the net, controlled. And kick back on here from Johnson to Alexander. Alexander out top for Cosley. Cosley whips over here and got it back from Campbell. Chad Cosley down low here for Johnson. Here is the freshman trying to control and feeds onto the left side here for Danny Benson. Benson back on here for Johnson behind that. He'll try to speed his way in front. Fed on there for Alexander. It's going to tip wide and come on here for the control of Chad Cosley. Into the corner for Alexander. Back on here for Cosley. Corey Campbell trying to back his way inside here on Dietrich, who is messing with him defensively. Campbell shot that one, bounces in the turf and goes wide into the corner. 1:13 and less in the third quarter. 10 seconds and less here on the shot clock for Lourdes. They got to try to get something off quickly here. Johnson in behind that has 4 seconds and less. Doesn't seem like he quite knows what the time is, and now they're just going to let this shot clock run down. We have a meeting here of officials. And we're going to quick have the shot clock reset here as Johnson's holding it behind the net. 10 seconds to go, and we're about to get back underway here. So now 10 seconds up on the shot clock. Lourdes is going to be able to get something going. And they're additionally going to reset the game clock to 1:16. 10-5 Aquinas here. Minute 16 to go in the third quarter, and about to get back underway. And here we go. 1:16 to go in the third quarter. 10-5 Aquinas. We're back underway. 10 seconds here on the shot clock. Johnson has it in deep for the Grey Wolves. Final minute of the third quarter going to be coming up here as it's worked beneath here by Alexander, then flipped into the corner. And with that, the shot clock will also run out, and Aquinas will get to take on over here. It'll be Wagner controlling to start. Wagner whips it on here for Blake Baker, who's fresh back on the field. He'll take it over half. Final minute of the quarter. Shot clock null and void here, as it's controlled over here for Cam Rogers. Rogers at the right point. Feeds down low here for Klinsky's control. Sam Klinsky hesitating, holding on and dragging here. Final 35 seconds of the quarter. Trying to find a pass lane. Got it in front here for Rogers. Rogers tried to go behind the head with that shot, but put it high and wide. Final 30 seconds of the third quarter. 10-5 Aquinas, and it's on here with Blake Baker. Baker, the freshman. Behind the net here, watched defensively by Clay Hall. Out for Rogers. Rogers hesitates, tries to go inside, bullying his way to the front here. Now he'll hesitate and go back around the other way. Maybe had a chance to try to wrap it around, as he'll now give it out here to the point for Klinsky. Klinsky shot through traffic. That one deflects on wide. Final 4 seconds of the third quarter. They'll battle for this one on the turf, and that will end the third quarter of play. 10-5 Aquinas after the first 45 minutes. A big third quarter for the Saints as their offense was able to kind of keep its pace. Meanwhile, defensively, they just allowed one Lourdes goal Aquinas firing on all cylinders right now after 3 quarters in this one. Aquinas coming in this game number 10 in the country, number 8 Lourdes. Big game in conference, big game overall in the country, and Aquinas really flashing and showing some of their muscle right now. And one last time here before we get into the fourth quarter, just a reminder, today the special Go for the Goal event and the Lace Up for Pediatric Cancer game here for the Saints. As you can see, the Saints all wearing gold shoelaces in support for pediatric cancer research and partnering with Go for the Goal. Go for the Goal works to improve the lives of children battling cancer by providing financial assistance, granting special wishes, developing unique hospital programs, and funding innovative research. Learn more about Go for the Goal and how you can help make a difference by visiting go4thegoal.org. That's goforthegoal.org. Final 15 minutes here for the Saints. They're up 10-5. Offense has been rolling. Good defensive quarter as well that last time for the Saints as they're trying to pick up what is a big win in conference, try to move to 3-0 in the WAC, and also probably have a chance to move into the top 8 or 7 or better. We'll see how it goes in the national rankings when this is all said and done. A good week for the Saints. Good win earlier in the week, and now looking to pick up a big one here on home turf on this Saturday afternoon in Grand Rapids. You are watching the AQ Sports Network. I'm Nate Dreyer with you here this afternoon. And getting set for the final 15 minutes of play. Aquinas holding on to a 5-goal advantage as we get ready to close this thing out. It'll once again be Colin Miller and Samuel Werner for the draw to open this final quarter of play. Officials conferring and getting set here. Final 15 minutes. Aquinas leads by 5, looking to hang on for a big conference win against a solid opponent in Lourdes. And the fourth quarter is underway. And just as quickly as it starts, we have a whistle called, and Lourdes on the violation will get to take over here with Colin Miller. Miller trying to spin past Werner, playing on here up the right side for the control of Drew Gilhooly. Gilhooly speeds his way in behind the net. To the top for Alexander. Alexander loosely watched there by Diederich, who's on him, in behind the net. Blake Alexander, 2 goals on the afternoon for the sophomore, 18 on the season. Out to the point here for Causley. Causley now whips over here for Johnson, attacking with some speed after a hesitation. Johnson whipped a shot and scores. What a job by Johnson there. He's able to hesitate around a defender, jump, and fire a shot from the left side in. It's 10-6 there after the freshman Nick Johnson nets his second of the afternoon and his 18th on the season for the Grey Wolves. We've seen that all afternoon out of Johnson. He's a very shifty player, and you've kind of wondered, you've seen him behind the net most of the time. When you would get into space and maybe try to attack with steam at the net, what sort of opportunities he could create for himself. You see it right there as Johnson's able to pot his second of the afternoon, get it down to a 4-goal Saint advantage, 14:24 to go in the contest. Draw coming up at center to get us back underway here. Werner tying up with Miller. To a side battle and swing. Werner's able to flip that one out behind. We'll have a race to this ball. Saints try to control and pick up, and it will be Diederich taking up the right side. Diederich into the corner. Saints making some changes here. Diederich, senior defenseman, with the ball behind the goal line here. Watched by Miller. He hesitates, turns and spins off, and played over here for Walker West. Now out top for the control of Heischetter. Heischetter around right side for Cam Rogers. Rogers right side, holding, finding some space and pulling out to the point here for Heischetter, who will walk it out just in front of half. 13:34 and less in the ball game. 10-6 Aquinas' lead. Here's Heischetter with some speed, plays over for Cam Rogers. Rogers across your left side, controlled by Weston. He put a shot wide in the net there as he quick grabbed and fired that one wide. Aquinas will get to keep this one here. 13:23 to go in the fourth quarter. Here is Klinsky behind the net. Finds a passing lane out here to Walker West, and West will flip it out here to the point for Corby Haley. Haley on a good shot scored at the end of that third quarter of play and is looking to attack inside here. Here's Haley with speed, attacks the hole, and a save made inside there by Hart, who's able to pick that one off clean and play it back the other way here for the Saint Control. For the Grey Wolf Control. Lourdes has it here over half and turning back here on the stick of Page. Now left side, they have it here into the corner and in behind the net with Campbell. Campbell on the right side now here just in front of half with the last goal scorer, Nick Johnson. 12:23 and less in the fourth quarter. Here is Johnson. Johnson looking to attack inside. He'll work his way in behind the net now. Watched defensively by Corby Haley. Here is Johnson. Johnson feeds on here to the right side, attacking the hole with Gilhooly. Back in behind the net for Johnson. Johnson looking to fight to the front of that, able to turn here in front, shoot and score. Nick Johnson, this time he's able to turn the corner around that, bounce one in, and the diving Boerter couldn't quite get to it. And Lourdes continues to cut into the Saint advantage. Now a 3-goal game, 10-7 with 12:11 remaining in the contest, and the third goal on the afternoon for the freshman, Nick Johnson. He's got 19 goals overall now on the season, 24 total points as well to go along with that. Miller and Werner, again, will be on this face-off to get back underway as Lourdes starting to threaten a little bit. They've got some momentum going from the start of this fourth quarter of play, able to get 2 goals back on the board, and this next score could definitely be a crucial one if Aquinas can get it back up to 4, or if Lourdes can get themselves back into some serious striking range late here. Still 12:11 to go, a lot of time left as this tie-up will begin here between Werner and Miller. It's going to be Miller controlling out with some speed. Miller left side here for Benson. Benson whips it down low here for a quick shot from Coleman. That one bounced out and does not find its way into the net. It took a friendly bounce there that will be corralled here by Boerter. Boerter plays on here for a push up the field from Wagner on here for a charging Blake Baker at center. Baker around a hacking defender at center. Has some space into the attacking zone. 11:40 and less in the fourth quarter. Aquinas leads by 3. Here is Cam Rogers. 4 goals, 3 assists on the afternoon for Rogers. In deep here for Klinsky. Left side for Walker West. Play out here to the top for the control of Marsh, who kicks it over and around. Right side, here's Rogers. In deep for Klinsky. Klinsky spins, hesitates, and works his way behind the net here with a couple of defenders watching him. 35 seconds and less on the shot clock here for the Saints. Under 11:10 to go in the contest. Klinsky spins, finding some free space once again. Now to the right side, he'll hesitate once more. Dumping in front here for a quick shot and a score. What a hesitation. What a job by Blake Baker. Able to kind of hesitate and fake the first shot. Got Hart to bite, and he'll beat him over top of the shoulder. 11-7 Aquinas there with 11:01 to go in the fourth quarter. Blake Baker, his first goal of the afternoon, 4th on the season. That was a crafty score there from Blake Baker. Klinsky gets the assist on that score, his 15th on the season. And it'll be Werner and Miller once again at center on this draw as the Saints have opened it back up to a 4-goal advantage with 11:01 to go in the fourth quarter. Chilly afternoon here in Grand Rapids. Been giving us some exciting offensive play in this contest for the Saints. They pull off a lot of thrilling moves as they fight over here at center, and Miller will work his way back into his own zone to control. Miller's been very good on the draws so far in this game as they've kind of brought him in. It was originally Jake Noel taking more of him, but since then it's been Miller kind of taking over in the second half as he dives out and can't quite get that pass. And Diederich will control and then lose that one as they'll battle here with the ball on the ground at center. Here is Miller with some speed in the zone. Now he'll lose the stick, and it'll be controlled on here by the Saints and Samuel Needham. Needham turns and plays on here for Diederich. Diederich flips this one over half for the control of Kloska. Kloska turns out and around here to the point for Walker West. West over for Diederich on the Aquinas logo. Right side for Cam Rogers. Here is Rogers controlling. Final 10 minutes of the contest coming up here. 11-7 Aquinas. 50 seconds and less on the shot clock with Rogers setting it up in the right corner. Watched defensively by Colin O'Loughlin, the senior defenseman. So pair of seniors, very good at their jobs. We've seen O'Loughlin defensively really be able to stick on guys now, as we're going to see Rogers try to turn the corner. Rogers backing in. He's powered his way to the front of the net already a couple of times, but now he'll kick it out here for the control of Walker West. The junior has a goal on the afternoon. And it's played along here on the left side for the control of Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald trying to twist that one on in. Shot and pass went wide, and it'll be controlled here by Klinsky. In behind the net, 9:33 and less in the fourth quarter. 20 seconds and less on the shot clock here for the Saints, leading by 4. Here's Klinsky in the corner. Hacked and defended here tightly by Burridge, who was all over him, and now a flag came out. Penalty coming to Lourdes. Cam Rogers. Rogers hesitates, looking to cut inside there, look at the front and scores. He's able to go top shelf. Cam Rogers twisting and turning before finishing a left-handed shot. 12-7 Aquinas with 9:13 to go. Cam Rogers his 5th on the afternoon. And just like that, Aquinas back up 5, but there will be a penalty coming here to Lourdes. So a 1-minute slashing call against Luke Burridge there for Lourdes, as he will kneel in the penalty box. Another chance here for Aquinas, who have just opened their lead up to 5. Face off here at center. Once again, Warner looking to tie up here for the Saints, going on against Noel, who's back on here for the draw for Lourdes, but it's controlled here by the Saints and kicked over here for Walker West. 9:05 and less here for the Saints in this fourth quarter. Saints fresh off Cam Rogers' 5th goal of the game, and a penalty on the same play against Lourdes, giving the Saints an opportunity to maybe just about put this one away. Already up 5 here with 8:47 to go. Saints work around here for West. He'll play over here. Nash West, Walker West. Left side controlled here for a quick shot and a score. What a job there by Highshutters. He was able to take that, fire it from long range. 13-7 Aquinas with 8:39 to go. Power play goal as Highshutters is able to get it on the left side and fire a howitzer from the left point home. 13-7 Aquinas, 8:39 to go in the fourth quarter, and that one's starting maybe to put a bit of a nail in the coffin here for Lourdes. A big offensive finish for the Saints there.
Saints goal by number 22, Kevin Highshutter. Assist, number 4, Walker West.
Assist credited to Walker West, his first on the afternoon, so a goal and an assist for West. He's up to 24 points overall on the season, 12 goals, 12 assists, fittingly free. They've balanced offensively, Walker West. Once again, face off here at center, 8:39 to go in the contest. Now 13-7 Aquinas as they continue to open up their advantage here in this fourth quarter. As we see Miller tying up here with Werner. Saints had it for a moment. Now it will be scooped up and controlled here by Clay Hall for Lourdes. Back into his own end, pressured by Cam Rogers. And behind the Lourdes net, that one is going to go wide and be controlled by, along the end line here by the Grey Wolves, but a wild pass is going now to come up the right side here. 8:15 and less in the fourth quarter. Lourdes looking to break it up here. Down 13-7. High pass all the way down, and that one is going to be deflected and played off into the corner here, where it's going to be chased down here by Corey Campbell. Campbell sent down to the floor, and the Saints are going to get to take on over here. Asari Kanadu works it up here to the right side for the control of Matt Kloska. Here's Kloska. Turns off with some defenders around him, lost the ball, will regather it off the turf, then loses it once more for a battle. Able to quick push that onto his teammate and Wagner, who will take it here for the Saints over half. Wagner into the attacking zone, feeding into the right corner here. Controlling, 7:43 and less. And we've got a whistle that comes out. And possession that is going to stay here as we've got a timeout called from the Saints sideline. 7:43 to go in the fourth quarter. 13-7, the Aquinas lead, and a big moment here for each of these coaches. As Aquinas, they have continued to look to keep their foot on the accelerator down the stretch here and looking to pull away from Lourdes. And Lourdes, I'm sure, obviously, you look at the way this fourth quarter started, they had a bit of a push then, looking for one last attack coming down the stretch. So we are just about halfway through this fourth and final quarter of play. So it'll be 7:43 to go in the fourth quarter and 57 seconds remaining here on the Aquinas shot clock after we get back underway here for the close of this game. So Coach Seitz and Coach Yanarelli each trying to get one final word and one final bit of inspiration, maybe also in here, to their units. Lourdes breaks from their huddle. Aquinas will do the same here in just a moment, and we will get set here for this final stretch run. Aquinas looking to pick up a big conference win early in the season here on this cold Saturday afternoon in Grand Rapids. Aquinas now will break as well, and we will get set here for this run. And also, interestingly, it looks like Chris Dowds now, the sophomore goalkeeper, has been brought in net. So Tyler Hart, who is among the best in the country on the sideline, it is Chris Dowds in net now for the Grey Wolves. So something to watch there, and something that definitely talks about the great offensive performance of the Saints, as they've been able to kick out one of the better goaltenders in the country with their offensive performance in this game, as Klinsky will take it behind that and sprint to his left to get this game underway. Klinsky staying on his feet behind that here, hesitates a couple of times, and will play out to the point here for Walker West. West over for Cam Rogers. Rogers feeds back in front there for Nash West, and a shot and a save made. That one deflects in wide, and will be controlled here by Klinsky, as he's able to pick it up and start back over here. 7.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 35 seconds here on the Aquinas shot clock. Klinsky from behind the net turns here in the corner, or to the right side of the net, and then plays in behind. Couple of hesitations here, trying to bull his way in front by Corby Haley. Walker West out to the point for Heischetter. Cam Rogers on the right side looking to set something up here in the corner. Under 7 minutes to go. Aquinas leading 13-7. Last 10 seconds here on the shot clock for Rogers. Clock running down. 7 seconds and less on the shot clock. Rogers whips a high pass, and then he just is going to make sure that one's cleared away as the shot clock comes to a close, and Lourdes will get to take over on that turnover. 6:47 to go in the fourth quarter. 13-7 Aquinas, and Lourdes with a march coming up the field here. Here's Miller, able to regather and look to work his way over center. Cam Rogers there to try to check him down. He will go down to the turf, and that'll be out of bounds, and the Saints will get to take over. 6:39 to go in the fourth quarter. 13-7 Aquinas. Good defensive play made there by Cam Rogers, so aggressive there in his own end, defending as well. Here's Corby Haley splitting a couple defenders and finding some free space with some speed. Now he'll curl off into the right side there. Haley poked in and plays in behind the net here to Klinsky to control. 6:15 less. Klinsky plays over here for Walker West. A goal and assist on the afternoon for West. Out to the point for Nash West. Now on for Heischetter. He just had that huge shot a couple of moments ago for the Saints. Cam Rogers out here for Heischetter. With some speed after he kind of strutted his way in, and feeds on here in behind the net to Walker West. West hesitates, control, spin move, trying to find his way to the front of the net, hesitates and gave a pass on here, can't quite be settled home by Jake Lee as they battle, and a couple flags come out as well as the Saints try to fight it to the front of the net. Battle continues here as they will chase it along the left side here, and Nash West will control off the ground ball. 5:35 and less in the fourth quarter. 15 seconds here on the shot clock as it came on here for Cam Rogers. Rogers hesitates, spin move, put on, looking to fight inside. His shot is deflected wide, out of play. 5:27 to go in the fourth quarter. 13-7 Aquinas, and we have a meeting with officials here, and we may be getting one or more penalty calls coming up here in just a second. So a 30-second penalty on Burridge for pushing coming up here as Klinsky plays it on here and around to the left side for Walker West. Now out for Nash West. Back on for Walker. Hesitates, shot one in. That one deflected and gathered here by Dowds in net. And it'll be played on here for the Lourdes control. 5:07 and less in the fourth quarter. Aquinas leads at 13-7. High pass at center is going to run into a couple of bodies as now we see Healy try to grab that one. He's checked down, and Johnson will control here for Lourdes. Johnson along the out-of-bounds line. Plays this one over half here to Danny Benson, who's able to gather it, trying to feed it out here for Healy. As we see bodies run together once again here at the AQ logo before it's gathered in by Coleman. Coleman races to the right side. Back to even strength here, and we see a shot inside and a score. Wild play. We see the ball deflect its way on in. 4:38 to go in the fourth quarter. 14-7 Aquinas. They got them doubled up once again. So Aquinas upping it to a 7-goal advantage. This one, their offense, everything going right late in this game. Fast break score right there, putting the Saints up. They've doubled up the Lourdes a couple times and continue to do it deeper into this game. Goal by Penega. That is his second on the season, second on the game, as well as the Saints have been getting offense up and down their lineup this afternoon. 4:38 to go in the fourth quarter. 14-7 Aquinas. And the Saints marching their way into a big conference win here early in the season against Lourdes. And the whistles blow, and Lourdes will get to take over. Aquinas is going to get to take over here. Saints quickly working up the left side here with the play on for Klinsky. Sam Klinsky back out just in front of half here to control. 4:23 and less in the fourth quarter. Over here for Joey Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald turns in the corner for Cam Rogers. Rogers will hold here. Checked in there defensively by Burridge. Rogers is putting his shoulder to him. Now he's going to start his speed and look to attack. Rogers lost the ball, trying to regather it here as there will be a fight for the ball on the ground. And we're going to see the Gray Wolves take over, but also a flag came out and a penalty will be coming up here to the Saints. Under 4 minutes to go. 14-7 Aquinas and some speed back the other way here for the Gray Wolves. Miller attacking, trying to bull his way inside. Now we'll play out here to the point for Alexander. Alexander whips this one on over for Chad Cosley. Left side came on there for Benson. Benson out here for Cosley. He'll walk it to the right. Aquinas leads by 7. Here is Johnson. He's had a good afternoon for the Gray Wolves. 3 goals to his credit as he'll work his way in deep. Johnson watched defensively here by Tyson Marsh. Now Johnson steps, looking to get an attack to the front of that. Plays out here for Cosley. Cosley hesitates, thinking about a shot. Now we'll kick it out to the point here for the control of Jake Noel. Actually, I beg your pardon, of Corey Campbell. Right side shot here. That one deflects on wide from Gil Hooley, and it will find its way up and out of play, and it'll be controlled here by Johnson. Under 3 minutes to go, and a penalty call going to be coming up here from the official, so we'll quick get the word there. So it'll be a slash against Heimberger coming up, and with 3:01 to go in the fourth quarter, Lourdes will get to control here, down 14-7. That was a 1-minute penalty against Heimberger, and Johnson gets us back under play here to Noel. Noel, high pass, settled down here on the right side by Campbell. They'll whip it and work it around here into the right corner for the turning stick of Cosley. Back on here and around for Jake Noel. Noel hesitates, found Johnson. Johnson faked inside, now plays out to the point and around here for Cosley. Cosley feeds down for Johnson. Johnson shot and a score. What a job there by Nick Johnson, the freshman, of this fourth goal of the afternoon, able to get that one from just in front, turn around the defender, and whip a quick one in. 14-8 now Aquinas with 2:41 to go. So for Johnson, that was just his 20th goal on the season, as he's been able to find the back of the net 4 times this afternoon for the for the Gray Wolves. But the Saint lead now will be 14-8 still, as they're looking just to hang on here in this final 2:41 and pick up this big conference win. Miller versus Werner for yet another draw here. And we're back underway. fought ahead here, and Lourdes looking to try to grab control there with Wethington, and he is going to be able to get that one. Then has it spiked out away from him. Before we will have the control now come on here for Klinsky. Klinsky on the left side, reversing back here to just in front of half. Final 2:20 of the contest. 14-8, Aquinas leads. This one is played over here for Blake Baker. Baker on the right side. Works around Rogers there. Trying to now move in on Colin Miller, who's on him defensively. In behind the net here. Still is Baker controlling. He's got a goal this afternoon. Hesitates in deep. Plays out top here for Cam Rogers. Big offensive performance, as always, for Rogers. He's got 5 goals in this contest. Working to the left side. Here's Rogers trying to bull his way inside against Burridge. Now he'll hesitate back out. Feed one inside there. That is settled down for a quick shot. That's saved off the stick of Baker, and it'll go out of bounds. Saints will be able to keep control, though, here, as it'll be Fitzgerald taking over. 1:45 to go in the contest. 14-8 Aquinas. And here is Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald working in, trying to get a power move to the front of that there, as now he will be able to control out here some space. Right side for Cam Rogers. 8 points on the afternoon for Rogers. Back out top and around here to the left side for Sam Klinsky. He's got 3 goals, 4 points in this contest. Back for Klinsky. 14-8 Aquinas, final 1:20 of the contest. Right side for Rogers. Down low here for Baker. Number 10 Saints looking to pick up a big conference win early in the season against the number 8 Lourdes Grey Wolves. Down low here for Tyson Marsh. Marsh hesitates, looking to work his way to the front net. Shot one, save made. The rebound will kick out and be controlled here by Lourdes. They'll sprint it up, final minute of the game. Right side sprinting here with Brent Wethington. Wethington through 2 defenders, a whole bunch of pressure on him late, and we're going to see Aquinas get to take over. Final 53 seconds. Saints looking to move 6-2 overall and to 3-0 in conference play. Down low behind the net here is Blake Baker. Final 40 seconds. Baker controls into some free space here. And the Saints will be looking here to just ride this one out and pick up this big win. Cam Rogers, certainly the player of the game for the Saints. Their leading scorer on the season, leading scorer this afternoon. 8 points overall, including 5 goals for the senior attacker, who plays it here into the corner for the control of Wickman down low. Wickman, the freshman, he's got 2 goals and assists down the season. Able to control down low for the first time in this game. Final 12 seconds. Wickman turns the corner and fires one home just to add on to the Saint lead. 7 seconds to go. Chris Wickman turns the corner, scores his 3rd goal on the season, and it's 15-8 Aquinas. An impressive victory for the Saints here as they continue a great start to this season and will be able to move to 3-0 and stay atop the WAC standings as they have pulled off some big wins in the process. As I said, 3rd goal on the season for the freshman attacker Wickman, who gets in at the end of the game and makes his time count. 15-8 Aquinas. Final 7 seconds coming up here as the Saints have assured themselves a victory here on this late March afternoon. It'll be Jake Lee getting to take a face-off here for the Saints to close out this game. He's at 34.5% on the draws this season. And the battle at center will get set and will close out this game. The final second rolls off the clock, and the Saints will go marching on to a 15-8 win here over the Lourdes Grey Wolves. An impressive performance by the Saints offensively. They came into this game knowing that they were going to have a tough defensive team to go up against, a number 8 team in the country in Lourdes coming into this contest. But the Saints offense was able to power their way to a victory, a good defensive effort as well, especially throughout that second half by the Saints down the stretch. Really just a couple of little scoring stretches that really kind of marked the offensive performance of Lourdes. Besides that, a shutdown effort in their own end by the Saints. Meanwhile, the offense for the Saints took off. Cam Rogers, the player of the game in this one, he had 5 goals, 3 assists, 3 goals for Sam Klinsky. He also added on assists. Neil Panega had 2 goals of his own up and down the lineup. An impressive performance by the Saints. So with this win, the number 10 Saints will be moving up in that national ranking as they go to 6-2 overall and 3-0 in the WAC conference. Lourdes with a loss falls to 5-3 overall and 1-2 in conference. So for everyone at Aquinas College and the AQ Sports Network, I'm Nate Dreyer. We'll see you next time.